Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is January 9th, 2025, and the Royal Spanish Football Federation are considering opening an investigation into Joan Laporta for his behavior at the Spanish Super Cup semi-final. Also, Ansu Fati is reportedly losing or starting to lose faith in regards to his continuity at Barcelona, and I'll tell you why. And finally, Ronald Araujo reportedly told the locker room that he is considering leaving Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we're beginning this video with the news that the Royal Spanish Football Federation are considering opening an investigation into Joan Laporta's behavior at the Spanish Super Cup semi-final. Now you might be asking, what behavior am I talking about? Well, let's review this video. This video was taken during the Spanish Super Cup semi-final in Saudi Arabia. Here we see Joan Laporta celebrating the CSD's decision to grant the injunction allowing Barcelona to register Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, and he is celebrating with Enrique Masip. And while you might have seen that gesture, but in case you missed it, Joan Laporta goes and says this, kind of like, F you all who stood in my way. And because of that gesture, the Royal Spanish Football Federation are now considering opening an investigation and punishing Joan Laporta for this behavior. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to justify Joan Laporta's behavior. I think that was not the right thing to do, especially as the president of FC Barcelona. You're the president of one of the biggest clubs in the world. And, you should not be behaving like that in public, especially not at a sporting event. After all, we always criticize, when players misbehave on the field. You're the president. You should also, behave properly, especially at a sporting event. But nonetheless, I'm not here again to justify Laporta's behavior. I'm here to talk about the hypocrisy of the Royal Spanish Football Federation, because here they are, ready to open an investigation, ready to punish Joan Laporta for that gesture. But yet, when it comes to a certain club and the behavior of their players, all of a sudden there is no investigation, there is no uproar, there is absolutely nothing. Let's not forget, only yesterday did we find out that Vinicius Jr. is only going to get a 2-match ban for putting both his hands on the face of a player and knocking him down, even though the rules require a minimum of a four-match ban. They're only giving him 2. Then that's only the tip of the iceberg, right? We've seen Vinicius Jr. insult referees to their faces, calling them sons of bitches, saying that they're crazy, saying that they're high, slapping Hugo Duro in the face and getting his red card reversed. Seen it time and time again. Valverde punching Alex Baena in the stadium. We've seen it time and time again, and yet no investigation, no uproar, nothing. But Joan Laporta does that, which again, he shouldn't have done that. All of a sudden, the Royal Spanish Football Federation, look at them, defending the values of the Spanish league. My goodness. Whew, incredible organization. Absolute hypocrisy. So, to the Royal Spanish Football Federation, to the newly elected president, Rafael Luzam, this is what I have to say. Anyways, let's move on to the next news, because it's reported that Ansu Fati is starting to lose faith in regards to his continuity at Barcelona, and this has become especially as a result of what happened during the Spanish Super Cup, where Ansu Fati was seen sitting in the stands. And no, he was not injured. Simply, Hansi Flick did not pick him in the lineup for the Spanish Super Cup, despite, and this is the big one, despite Dani Olmo and Pau Victor not being available to play because the registrations were not processed yet. Hansi Flick still decided to put Ansu Fati on the stands. And in fact, the German coach picked Tony Fernandez, a 16-year-old academy kid, was picked over Ansu Fati. And as a result of this, it's reported that Fati is now losing faith and is starting to make peace with the fact that his time might be up at FC Barcelona. Now, I've said it in the past, and as much as it pains me to say this, because I always hoped that Ansu Fati would come back, especially since, he's an academy graduate. He's been at his whole life at Barcelona. We all saw how talented he was when he first was promoted to the first team. So I always wanted him to come back, to make a comeback. But, unfortunately, I've also made my peace that it might be over for Ansu Fati, and it looks like the player is realizing the same thing. Now, Ansu Fati does have some options. Again, Sevilla, Real Betis, and Valencia are all interested in him. Of course, the Sevilla option is not possible because, as I reported in a previous video, Barcelona have vetoed that move because their relationship have broken down with Sevilla after everything that Sevilla has done as far as the Negreira case, Dani Olmo's registration, etc., etc. So Ansu Fati does have some options, and I really hope that he takes one of these options, because I really think he needs a fresh start in order to rediscover his football, rediscover his love for the sport. And who knows, maybe one of these clubs can give him that chance to, except Sevilla, of course, for him to rediscover himself. Now, the only problem, of course, will be his high salary, because after all, Ansu Fati does have one of the highest salaries in Barcelona. We'll see if the player will agree to reduce it. Otherwise, it might be a non-starter for these other clubs who cannot afford a high salary as of Ansu Fati. But anyway, speaking of players leaving, the big report today was coming out in regards to Ronald Araujo, because reports saying that the Uruguayan defender told the Barcelona locker room that he is not sure about renewing with Barcelona and that he is considering leaving, and if he does leave, his preference would be to the Premier League. Now, this comes out after the multiple rumors that have been coming out from Italy, stating that Juventus were very interested in Ronald Araujo, that they were holding talks with Ronald Araujo. There were even reports earlier today stating that Ronald Araujo has already agreed to go to Juventus on loan with an obligation to buy. But of course, there is no truth to that. Ronald Araujo has not reached any agreement with Juventus, and this has been confirmed by Ronald Araujo's agent himself when he stated the following. Ronald has already received several offers this month, including from Juventus. However, he has not made a final decision because he has given priority to Barcelona. So there is no truth to the reports that Ronald Araujo has reached an agreement, but nonetheless, it is true. Juventus are in talks with Ronald Araujo's agent. And again, this report coming out saying that Araujo is considering leaving. And even if this is a rumor, also, I think if there's something I've learned from covering football, from watching football for many, many years, is when there's constant rumors and the players do not shut the rumors down is for a reason, right? Because Ronald Araujo could have a long time ago just came out and said, look, I want to stay in Barcelona. I'm working on staying in Barcelona. We're still negotiating, but I want to stay in Barcelona. And he could have put an end to all of this. But yet, time and time again, every time he's asked about staying or leaving, he's always like, we'll see, we're in talk. Like, he never shuts the rumors down. He always leaves the door open for a possibility of him leaving. And now with the constant rumors, whether they're true or not, if there's rumors, it's for a reason. If Ronald Araujo is not shutting down these rumors, it's for a reason, which means that, yes, most likely Ronald Araujo is considering leaving. And again, at this point, I say if he wants to leave, we better let him go. Now, I would prefer for Ronald Araujo to stay at Barcelona. I consider him one of the best center backs in Europe. But again, if the player wants to leave, we cannot have those kind of players on the squad. Players who want to stay are the only players that should be welcome. Now, Barcelona's stance is pretty clear. They consider Ronald Araujo an incredibly important player for Flick's project. They want him to stay. However, if he doesn't renew, Deco has it pretty clear. You either renew or you sit in the stands. If you want to be sold, that's fine, but we're not going to give you away. We're not going to give loans. We're not going to accept low prices. We're going to sell you for a high price. So here are the options. You either renew or you get put in the market for a high price. If you don't want either, you sit on the stands until your contract expires. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video a few moments ago, so make sure you check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.